My 40M date, 30F, attempted suicide after leaving my house on our first date. I met a girl at a friend's house last week. We hit it off. I asked her out and she was super excited. The date went well. She did start crying when I told her she was beautiful and charming. We go back to my place. And she is throwing herself at me. We had some fun, but I didn't have any condoms. And I usually don't hook up on first dates. So I declined intercourse. I thought the night went well. Until she gets up at 1:40 a.m. from my bed and says she needs to leave. I ask her if everything is okay. And she says she just needs to go home. I call her an Uber. And she texts me when she gets back safe. The next day I get a call from our mutual friend. Her mom wants to talk to me. Turns out she went straight home and tried to attempt suicide by taking a bunch of Xanax. She survives and is admitted to the psych ward for a few days. I was the last person to talk to her, and everyone wanted to know what happened. She is out the hospital now, but hasn't called back. I would like to be her friend still, if not more. I think I could help her. And her me. I'm starting over too. Should I just give her space and leave her be? Or should I keep reaching out? I've only tried to call twice and invite her to the zoo. I think her phone has been off. I don't know if I should pursue her still. I want what is best for her. TLDR. During our first date, she leaves in the middle of the night. Goes home and attempts suicide. I still want to talk to her. Even just friends is okay. Update. Thanks to everyone for your advice. It seems like all of you are in agreement. I deleted her number. And will leave her to the professionals. Thanks for the help, Reddit. This person obviously isn't in a good headspace for a relationship. She's getting the professional help she needs now. Let this one go. Seeing you would probably be a reminder of what she nearly did to herself. Nah, let her work on herself. She's getting the help she needs. She is not in a space to be dating. There are so many signs that she shouldn't be dating. Plus, she hasn't gotten back to you, so I would take that as a hint. No, you cannot help her. She needs professional help, and she is also not a project. Neither should you become the project of a mentally unstable woman. I don't think you understand what it means if someone tries to commit suicide. This person is in the worst headspace ever. And that's not something that suddenly gets better if the attempt fails. She's not all sunshine and rainbows now. You inviting her to the zoo or on dates in general is very tone-deaf. Give her space. If you want what is best for her, leave her be. This woman has other issues than scheduling dates right now, and she is not ready for a relationship. Relationships should be the cherry on top of the cake of life. She decided she wanted to toss the whole cake away. She needs to learn to enjoy cake before she thinks about decorating it again. The fact that the only reason you gave when it came to you wanting to be with someone you only met twice and who is in a terrible headspace was the reason of wanting to help her. And her me makes me wonder if you need therapy. 2. You don't seem to want a specific woman for herself. You want someone for what they can do for you. And that's horrible. People aren't tools. For your own good, do not get involved with this person. Mate, you barely know her nor the extent of her mental health problems. I'm telling you this for free. Speaking as someone who seriously attempted suicide 6 times last year. Bridges and everything. She needs to get well without you, and she surely should not be dating as a suicidal person. You can't save her. You can't fix her. You can't do anything for her. You aren't qualified for the help she needs. Let her go. I'm speaking from experience. All that would happen is she'll drag you down too. It would be better not to get involved with her RN. Given the circumstances, she might see you as triggering. Also, there's a reason people at rock bottom are not advised to date. It might be in the way of her healing process, and it might create an unhealthy attachment where you are in a savior role and every disagreement with you would be the end of the world to her. And you have seen the consequences of that. A lot of comments on her. Rightly so. But I also think it's important to check yourself too. Being a white knight, with whatever flavor of savior complex is present in this, I can help her, is actually quite grandiose and insulting to her responsibility to get help for herself. It's unhealthy to insert yourself in someone's life as their helper, just asking for codependency there, and perhaps ask yourself why you are so drawn to want to do this for someone. I think you should leave her alone. She obviously has a lot going on, and getting into a relationship with her mental health where it is would be a bad idea for both parties. What she did has nothing to do with you. Please wish her well from a distance and seek a therapist to discuss. No, you can't help her. She can't help you. She needs professional help, and so do you. How in the world could you come to the conclusion this would be a great relationship to invest into? She clearly is not well mentally and has no room for any type of relationship with you. Stay away. You can't fix her. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. The largest of red flags has appeared before you. No, dude. You're 40. You should know that this indicates that someone who would do this means that regardless of what they say, they are not ready to be in a relationship. I'm not trying to come down on you, but good grief, man. You are old enough to know this. You are also old enough to know that I can help her is not something that you should be involved in either. You know who should help her? Mental health professionals. That's it. You can't help her. Again. At 40. You should know that. I'm sure that this sub is going to give you grief about the age gap. But 30/40ths is a lot different than 20/30ths. That's not my concern here. But what is my concern is that you, a 40-year-old man, should know all of this. And, as someone very close to your age, you even having to ask this stuff is a huge red flag against you. Like I said, I'm not trying to roast you here. You seem like a good dude. Hopefully this is a case of you being inexperienced for your age. But for me, at 40, I was the guy that people came to for advice like this, because at 40, I understood what healthy relationships looked like. Not just healthy romantic relationships, but all of the stuff I've commented on. People would come to me and I'd tell them stuff like, "This is really sad. And my heart breaks for this woman. But this is a huge indication that, regardless of what she says or does, it is now so completely obvious that this woman is not in a position to be in a relationship. She's not healthy, and the last thing she needs to focus on is trying to get into a relationship." Come on. Dude, you should understand that you aren't some kind of savior. Trying to help someone who's suicidal by being in a relationship with them isn't something you should do, and it isn't something that you're qualified to do. Mental health professionals should be the ones helping her, not some guy she went on one date with. That's just begging for a codependent, toxic outcome. The fact that you're asking me this shows that you really need to learn about healthy boundaries. I'm not some genius or some guru. I'm middle-aged now. I have life experience and some degree of maturity. Although I'm sure my wife has some remarks on that, haha. And so I understand healthy relationships because I'm not a young adult. You aren't either. And you should know these things. And if you don't, then instead of making your next steps about pursuing this woman, or honestly any romantic relationship, then your next steps need to be about getting yourself healthy and knowledgeable about what healthy relationships and boundaries look like. Because although I don't think you are suggesting any of this stuff out of malice or from a predatory perspective, you're old enough to know better. And if you don't know better, then that's a problem for you. So you need to seek out that knowledge. Not just because of this situation, but because you need to know this stuff before you get into a relationship with anyone else. Like I said, you seem like a kind dude, but you have some obvious gaps in your relationship experience, understanding, and if you want your next relationship to work, then you have some catching up to do. So to be clear, no. Stop reaching out. Don't ask her out again. Leave her be and be supportive from a distance if anything. Even if she says she wants to go out again, don't do it. And here's my warning. If she reaches out and wants to continue dating now, after knowing everything that everyone here has told you, if you continue dating her, then I'll take back what I said about you seeming like a good guy. Because that would either make you a predator or it would mean that you also are far too unhealthy to be thinking about a relationship. Maybe send message to let her know you wish her best while she works on herself and recovery. Definitely don't ask her out, give her space and time alone. There's a lot she needs to work on by herself. She's not in right headspace for relationship or anything more. It will be best to just wish her best and leave it at that. I could help her. And her me. No, you can't. And no, she can't. This is some serious white knight savior energy and you are too old to be thinking like this. If someone attempts suicide, let them get professional mental health help. You aren't a shrink. You aren't going to save her. This isn't some grand romantic moment where you take her to the zoo and she's now all cheery and fixed. Also, a person coping with suicidal ideation isn't going to help you. Leave her be. You can't help her. Period. End of story. She's clearly not in a good pulse if she tried to put an end to her life. She needs a professional, not some guy she barely knows. Yeah, let her go, bro. It isn't worth it. I think it's really nice that you reached out and let her know she's in your thoughts. That's all you can really do. Though, I think you should let it go for now. She might get back to you later when she's in a better headspace. But I'm sure she'll appreciate that you seem to care and didn't just drop her and pretend you didn't spend a night together, etc. Having a friend during horrific times can help a lot, so she might get back to you. Let it be her choice from here on out. I hope she gets all the professional help she needs and heals physically and mentally from whatever she's struggling with.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.